I'm Vin.
I'm Sori.
That's Booby.
And Julpy and Ghosty. Shout out to the big homie River.
Yes. Oh, he did that well. Okay, so for timely, topical, political commentary, you can hit us up at Middle America with Vin and Sori.
We are on a... I was going to say a binge-a-thon. I don't know why.
A recording binge.
Yes.
You can, the latest Middle American video, you can forward it to Bernie Sanders. And I do have a consulting fee, Bernie, but I'll give you a nice socialist discount.
Yeah.
There are multiple ways to get your song reviewed, dear listener. There's the traditional way, comment section, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter.
If you're a small band and you want to get your song reacted to, we have a special little package for that too.
Yep.
So email us, vinandsori@gmail.com.
Another way to do that is my favorite way, the community way, Patreon, $1 at the gate, gets you in. Alliance leaders find you, and they pick you up, and they say, hey, join our alliance. It's good to be wanted. You know, some of y'all never got picked for the basketball team, things of that nature. You're still bitter about it. Join the alliance. People will scoop you up. They'll pick you up. This way is the fast pass partner
Sori approved way. No, the other ways are me approved. It's just for me personally, I don't want to have to wait.
That's what you would do.
So that's exactly
pushes you
what
right to the head of the line, just like at Disney World. It's $125, and it gets you right to the head of the line. However, if you, dear listener, have three,
if you've done three, you've paid for 3 reactions with us.
At the $75 rate?
The $75 tier, then you can get grandfathered in, so you'll be able to stay at that.
Right. So you either...
just email us or send us a message on Patreon or however you connect with us and just say, hey, or if you're doing it through our PayPal, which is vinandsorimerch@gmail.com.
Right.
Just put it in the message to us and just say, hey, I was on PayPal, this was my name, or, just give us your information and we'll look you up.
And it doesn't even have to be 3 consecutive times. It just be 3 times.
Yep.
You get grandfathered.
Shout out to Vin. I was like, it needs to be 6 consecutive times.
Within the fiscal year of the...
And they all have to be in 1 month.
I was like...
Wait, nobody's going to be able to...
Yeah, I was like, no. We're grandfathering them in. All right, anyway, this is Father of Death, the Protomen, and this looks to be a one of these, story records, concept records.
I know. Look at that dramatic picture in the front.
Yeah, and then it says instrumental intro.
We should take a picture like that. Tip me back like that.
No. The cops would show up. Gun!
Okay, ready?
African-American male.
It's so terrible. You really are. Stop being so honest. Okay, ready? And go. That music always makes you feel like something bad's gonna happen.
True story.
Interesting. Country sound to it.
I done. Though I did not pull the trigger, I built the gun
Yikes.
that he holds in his hand.
Oh my goodness.
Last night I dreamed I climbed to the top of a mountain of metal. For miles I could see the destruction of man. Everything that I've done for you, but it's turned out all wrong. Can I take it back? Can I turn off this machine before it destroys everything?
to be. If the shadow blacks out the sun,
Whoa.
if it stays till the sun is set, if the sun never shows its face again, no matter how dark this city gets, there will be.
Jeez.
Wow. Whoa.
Whoa.
And this would be such a fun concept album. What was...
I'd love to see it played out.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. What was the other one that we did? Can you scroll up so I can see the list of songs?
I feel like we did this one before.
No.
Did we do a song?
No, we did one of these. It was telling this story.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Like,
we didn't do this song itself. It actually was, maybe it was even River that...
It must have been River. Did he say anything about that?
Hold on.
I'm looking at the titles right now. Because I feel like we've done this before.
Yeah.
And then people were saying that it was like Mega Man or something like that. Like that the whole album was about Mega Man or like a video game or something like that.
I'm just going to look up the Protomen. Is that how you say that? The Protomen? Okay, there was The Good Doctor.
Yeah, it's a good dog. Was that the first song?
But you know what is interesting? That it was Gary that had us do that one. It wasn't River.
Oh, so then River picked up the...
the mantle.
The
mantle. I want to know, where is The Good Doctor in relation to...
I'm trying to find it right now. Because, like, that seems to me to be, like, the epilogue or the end of the
I don't understand, though. Why did he put his hand across his throat like that?
No, The Good Doctor was a song right before The Father of Death.
Well, I assumed that it was because The Good Doctor was talking about when he made it.
Albert Wiley.
And he was trying to decide if he was going to flick the switch, remember, to turn it on?
Right.
And he did.
So there's there's Emily, Albert Wiley, and then Thomas Light. Or Tom Light. So Tom Light is the boyfriend of Stanton. And I guess it said that she rejected him, so he told he told the machine to kill her.
But he was the creator of the machine?
I don't know if he's a creator.
Or am I getting it mixed up?
Well, I think Thomas Light was the creator of the machine. I didn't pull the trigger. I built the gun that he holds in his hand. So I think Thomas Light invented the whole thing, but Albert Wiley basically became a mad scientist, basically.
Oh, God.
And then because he rejected... And notice, he will be everything a man is supposed to be. Mm-hmm. You know, we're doing the love and respect thing. So obviously that's like a dig at him. Like, you're not really a man. If the shadow blacks out the sun, there will be light. And the guy's name is Thomas Light. See what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that was her saying he's gonna fix everything, yada yada yada. And there's nothing that a player hater hates more than a woman who like has total and complete belief in her man. Like, there are just some dudes that like they hate that with a passion. Why are you smiling?
It's just an interesting thought. Like, I mean, what do you mean a player hater?
Player hater. Player hater is like a jealous guy, you know, like a...
He's jealous of somebody else's relationship?
Yeah. Like, if the two dudes are interested in the same girl...
Yeah.
But the girl is, like, completely smitten and... Huh?
Used to get...
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. He hated how awesome I thought you were.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, that's what I was thinking.
You a bitch! JB!
Hope you're happy! The thing is, like... we weren't even together. You're just my friend.
No.
And I just, like, really believed in you and everything that you did, and I really trusted your opinion on stuff and whatever. But
yeah, and there's nothing a player hater hates more than that.
But he wanted me to want his advice like that. I don't want his advice.
Yeah.
I didn't trust him advice. Look at your life! Oh no! That was so wrong.
Oh, the Shaitan regime. Look, so, you know.
Yeah, I mean.
That I knew, like, the minute I saw that stance, I'm like, okay, she's dead. Because I just know dudes, like, just small dudes with, like, just you know, couldn't get over their issues and their mommy issues and couldn't get over their misogyny and man, there's nothing they hate more. Because, you know, when a woman has that type of idealized idea of a man, and then they compare themselves to that, and then she knew what she was doing. She's like, he's everything a man's supposed to be.
Yeah.
You know, but she's got the right to say that. Obviously, this guy is not really a man if you can't handle that rejection.
Yeah.
And that was the other guy. The other guy was like, he got rejected by a couple girls, so he felt bitter, and so, you know, he's trying to, you know, and that bitterness turns to like absolute jealousy. And obviously, when you put, you know, religious people in that context, they'll find some righteous reason to justify their
right
their player hatedness. But
Yikes.
you know.
So bad.
So yeah, and like and these are the dudes that like end up killing people. Like, you know, like it's
Absolutely.
always, you know, like. It's very rare that it's a dashing young man. Like I forgot the serial killer. He's a pretty
There
good.
is sometimes.
Yeah, as I said, it's
really
very
scary.
rare.
Yeah, those are always really scary.
Like,
to me.
you remember the times that you get the death stare from people and all that? They were not very good looking dudes, and they were not. And it's not so much about being a good looking dude. It's about being, you know, confident in who you are and like being able to reconcile yourself to yourself and all that. And you just have these guys that are just like. And especially you, because, you know, you're so beautiful and you just sparked up all of these issues with everybody and all the rest of it. But yeah, once I saw that, but at the other side, like, it's pretty cool as a dude, like, to have a woman to have that type of belief in you, because, you know, what's that movie, As Good as It Gets. We should watch that movie together because it's a really good movie. It's this like old curmudgeon guy and Jack Nicholson.
What guy?
Curmudgeon. He's just he's miserable. Jack Nicholson, and he's just a horrible guy, terrible. He's got a gay black neighbor, so you can imagine how horrible he was to his gay black neighbor. But then they go on like this road trip or something with.
It sounds old, but then
it's 97. Yeah.
Oh yeah, I like this guy too. He's so grumpy.
Yeah. So like, you know,
I might have seen it a long time ago.
He's got, you know, and like, but this relationship that he has with this woman like changes him at the end of the movie. He basically says like, you I don't want to spoil it, but long story short, like her influence on him, you know, changes him. And so when you have somebody that believes in you like to that degree, and it's got to be your girl. I've had friends who, you know, obviously, you know, I've had friends who had complete faith in me and I to them were the best in the world, blah, 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 blah. But it's just different, man. And even your kids, you know, your kids love you and they believe in you. But it's different with your kids because you know that there's going to become that moment of disillusionment when the kid goes, wait a second, you're not superhuman. So you know that's coming.
Yeah.
But when your girl has that belief in you, that means that she has seen your flaws. She knows how screwed up you are, but she still says, no, like, this guy is going to change the world. There's nothing like that on the planet.
Do you feel like it's
Nothing
like that
like
with
that
us?
on the planet.
Or you don't think that I'm like that with you?
I don't know why you would bring something like that up on this fall. What I'm saying is you've had that effect on my life for sure.
Huh.
So like, there's just nothing like it. So I understand why the player hater is the way that he is, but you should just stop being a bitch and man up and be the type of man that a girl could be that way with. Don't go after me, you weak, jealous. It's just.
I know. I mean, yeah.
Albert Wiley's eyes grew cold as Emily's rejection of him became clear. What a weak sauce dude. He couldn't even do the job himself. He had to get the.
I know.
The dudes like that are always soft though. Like I've never met a hard dude that was like this because you got to be a mentally soft dude to be in that situation.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like.
So what did he want her to do? He wanted her to go with him somewhere?
Yeah, that's actually a good question. I really appreciate the risks that these people took because you basically have to like have a book open while you're listening to the record. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So she calls out to Tom.
I'm just gonna say, I know we've been throwing around doing album reviews on Patreon and releasing it to our patrons, but this for me would be
100%.
I would love to do
100%.
Like there's stuff that I'm gonna do like for
if the patrons don't want to do this, like
do it for me.
Like me and you can just do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like real talk. But go ahead, continue.
Okay, no, I just want to know what was he trying to get?
The machine stood there obediently. He says, "Oh, what are you doing here?" And he says, "Let me take you away." She goes, "I'm not going anywhere. He will be nothing when this runs its course." Okay, so he's talking about
Mr. Light.
Yeah, Mr. Light. And then she says, "He'll be nothing. He'll be everything that a man is supposed to be."
No.
So she was.
Yeah, this is exactly.
Right.
And then she says, "If the shadow blocks out the sun, there will be light."
Right. So that's sort of like starry-eyed,
if it stays till the sun is set, there will be light.
And then
if the sun ever shows its face, there will be light.
They had like this gospel choir with it. So like there's nothing.
Yes.
There's nothing that makes a weak dude. There's nothing that makes a weak dude more angry than this type of thing.
Yeah.
Dude.
Oh
like,
yeah.
Forget it.
Yep.
Forget it. So so he goes and. It's a crazy thing about human nature. Remember that time we were sitting there and it was like, yo, this guy had the death stare, and I was like, yo, if he could have killed you, he would have.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And I've seen it happen.
A weird feeling.
Unfortunately, I've seen it happen to women.
Really?
Yeah, where the dude ends up killing it. Yeah. I mean, what are you talking about? We just had a conversation about an hour ago.
Oh. Yeah, but you don't know that was because of that type of situation.
No, but there was 2 situations where that it's happened 3 times. Like I'm like whatever, but it's happened 3 times. In 2 of those situations, that was definitely in play 100%.
That's so terrible.
Yeah, it's definitely but it's most dudes aren't like this, so it's a specific type of dude. Most dudes aren't like that. Most dudes are like, well, you're ugly anyway, or you're fat, and they'll go on and do whatever. You know what I mean? Like most dudes aren't like that. Like you see it reflected in music, like especially like hip hop.
When my brother was an early teenager, he might have been like 14, 15. I'd hear him in the other room. You want to dance? No, I don't want to dance with you. I didn't want to dance with you anyway. You a dog. What is he doing? So I guess it was that.
Yeah, like most dudes handle it like, whatever. I never liked that broad anyway. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
But there's a certain type of guy, and it's usually a guy with some mommy issues, and usually a guy with some, just allowed himself to be bitter in the face of certain rejections, usually full of pride and ego, who thinks that they deserve the girl that they want, and refuses to look at themselves and says, well, maybe you're the problem. Mm-hmm. And they just let that bitterness stew.
It comes down to not seeing a woman, like seeing her as a possession rather than a person. So then you can say, well, I deserve her. What do you mean you deserve her? What do you mean she should be yours? Like, she's her own person.
Right.
And whatever she decides for her life, she decides for her life. Like, why do you think that you have some sort of rights on her?
Yeah, but I think it also ultimately...
They're usually very possessive people.
Yeah, but that I think a lot of that has to do with insecurity.
Like me.
I think a lot of that has to do with insecurity, and they don't know how to handle pain and rejection. That's why serial killers are a certain type of demographic, because some demographics in this country have known nothing but rejection and pain, and so you get socialized to it. Other demographics in this country, not so much. Certain demographics where people were told that the whole world is their oyster and everything is just supposed to come to them. Other people were told nobody owes you shit. You got to fight for everything. And so that's why serial killers are a certain type of demographic. It's just facts.
Yeah.
It's just facts. So, like, you know, it's a pretty sad story. But what's interesting is that it's encompassed in this.
So did Thomas Light, did he love her?
What do you mean? He of course he did. He's crying. He was upset.
Well, you would be crying and upset if you created something that killed some woman. It doesn't mean you're in love with her.
Woman? What are you talking about? He says, "My darling Emily." What is wrong with you?
I didn't see that part.
Shout out to Emily, by the way. Bible Boogie.
Yeah,
What's up,
shout
bro?
out to you.
She was in the Bible Boogie at lunch. She's like, "I have to go."
That's cute.
Yeah. What are you talking about? Yeah, that was his girl.
Everything I have done for you.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Can I turn off this machine before it destroys everything I've loved? So he goes up there and he sees, you know. So, like, there's this whole technological question about AI and things of that nature, and how far do we go between technology and, you know, we create technology to serve us, but what happens when you hit that tipping point where we start having to serve technology, you know, da-da-da-da-da. But then so that's the outer shell, but then it gets encompassed in this very human story with this guy, and now I want to see, like, what's going to happen now, because somebody's going to have to die for this shit. Right?
Probably.
Right? Like, that's a, you know, that's a problem.
Wasn't she saying, go to the lyrics of The Good Doctor? Did she not want him to do this? Didn't she warn him?
Well, I don't know. That's Albert Wiley. And Albert Wiley and him were talking, and the girl didn't show up yet.
Okay.
It was just those two talking.
I thought that somebody was saying, I don't think this is a good idea, but then he decided to pull the lever.
I think Wiley was initially saying that, like, we can't... I think Thomas Wiley at the beginning was saying, Thomas, listen to yourself, then listen carefully to me. If you replace the working parts, you get a different machine. The man who turns the wheels, they follow anywhere he leads. We spent our whole lives searching for a way to make a better world, give everything to them, asking nothing in return. Well, here it is, a chance to take back everything we've earned. So I think, and then he says, don't turn your back on me. That's Dr. Wiley. So I think maybe Thomas was, I think Wiley was saying, yeah, let's do this. We need to do this. And then he's like, and then Wiley, don't turn your back on me. So he resented him. You know, he resented him, and he was like hesitant to pull the trigger.
Yeah.
You know, because he says, what will I
hesitant.
become with the things I'll create, yada, yada, yada. And then Wiley's like, you know, you're a fool. They are weaker than you think. Just wait and see, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
So
right.
Wiley was kind of always like the bad influence guy or whatever. He always resented him, which is another one of those attributes of those types of people. Mm-hmm. They're friends with people, but they secretly, not so secretly, resent them. Mm-hmm. They're jealous. Mm-hmm. It's just so funny how, like, human nature just does not change. And then, so Father of Death, which is God. And then, oh, man, that's terrible.
Right, yeah.
That's terrible. Ugh, yikes. You know, you do things and you try to make things a better world and yada, 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 and sometimes it just doesn't go the way you wanted it to.
Yikes.
Tough stuff. But I this is like probably one of the most original...
The Hounds is next.
Right, because he's
I'm
running.
telling you, this one feels
He's
like
running.
episodes of him.
And then in the State versus Thomas Light, so then they caught him. Thank you
Give
for
us
giving
the
it
rope.
away,
They
you
wanna
scumbag.
give us the rope.
Yeah, they're going to execute him. Supposedly. But I think that, you know.
All right.
these guys are talented
They
too. They
really
can sing.
are. They really
We
are.
just did the Phantom of the Opera.
Yeah.
And it was like the play type of thing, and like this is another I'd like to see like done as a
Yeah,
play.
I totally agree. This one gives me the goosebumps.
What was that was it Westworld?
What do you mean?
Westworld was that one with the robots and the AI. I think. Remember?
Oh yeah.
That was Zonia was the one that introduced that type
I used
of
to get
things.
really worried that like aliens, that robots would eventually take over. But then you said something, and it never. Like now, I'm always like, yeah. Like when you were talking about it's like the soul of a person, and that there's no way to create a soul. Like so, it just that whole thought process. Sometimes I just think about it because I think it's so interesting.
Yeah, that's
because I go backwards, like because they did that thing where they made it like run on a surface, you know what I mean, and stuff. But then anyway, doesn't matter.
Yeah. Did you see that?
I saw that bracelet, and that's what caught my eye. It was really cool looking.
What did you?
It's a 10 for me because I feel like it's a very unique piece of art.
100%.
It just encompasses a lot of different things. It's got a story, it's got the drama, it's got the reading in the middle, which is unique, and I don't usually like when there's reading in the middle of something.
I wish they would have done like a voiceover reading of it.
I was hearing it being read.
That would have been so much better. Like, an audiobook.
Yeah. And maybe they do, I don't know.
I don't know. Well, I mean, I'm assuming if they did, then... But maybe they wanted you to actually read it.
Yeah, maybe.
Because that engages another sort of faculty versus just hearing it. So I'm sure they had a reason for it.
It makes you pay attention too.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do you give it?
I almost don't want to rate this song because I want to hear the whole record and then give the whole record a rating. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Because here's the thing about the song. I don't know a single note in this song at all. Because I was so entrenched in the story, I don't remember anything about the sounds or anything. The only thing I remember was the There Will Be Light part with the gospel choir type thing.
Yeah.
I don't remember any of the musicianship because I was so engrossed in the story and what was going to happen.
Yep.
So I don't know. I feel like
I
feel like I have to give a suspended judgment.
But I do remember
the
the
first time ever in Vin and Sori history. Suspended judgment. There you go. Vin out.
Sori out.
Gone.
Did not pull the trigger, I built the gun that he holds in his hand. Last night I dreamed I climbed to the top of a mountain of metal. For miles I could see the destruction of man. I will not be the father of death. Everything that I have done for you, but it's turned out all wrong. Can I take it back?
What are you doing here?
Let me take you away.
I'm not going anywhere.
He will be nothing when this
He will
runs its
be
course.
everything that a man is supposed to be.